Hey, what's up everyone? Raging Golden Eagle here, having way too much fun as always, and especially today. Cause while this is definitely old news by the time this video comes out, being the evil bastard I am, I just want to rub some salt in the wound. Cause as it turns out, the most hilarious, so far, casualty of the Me Too witch hunt going on right now happens to be none other than SJW safe space NeoGAF. Long story short, the site's owner got accused of sexual assault, basically getting naked into the shower with a woman who definitely didn't want him in there, and in an extreme case of poetic justice, pretty much all of the moderators and administrators on the site resigned. Now why do I call this poetic justice? Well, because, big surprise, we are once again talking about yet another male feminist that just so happens to be a creeper. I'm starting to notice a pattern here. It seems that there's almost as many male feminists being outed as sexual abusers as there are moral authoritarians who seem to have it out for 2D loli porn being outed as actual real-life pedophiles. At this point, honestly, I wouldn't be faulting anyone who just automatically assumes a male feminist is a creeper or some anti-loli guy is an actual pedophile. Because they do seem to have one thing in common: deflecting attention away from themselves. So before I go back to poking NeoGAF a little bit more, I just have to clarify. Until I see some actual evidence, I don't actually believe any of these accusations myself. Listen and believe is the way of the witch hunt. You shouldn't do that. In the case of Harvey Weinstein specifically, there have been recordings leaked that pretty much prove it. But a lot of these others, including the one against the NeoGAF founder, so far anyway, as of the recording of this video, I haven't seen any evidence. But I still don't feel sorry for him whatsoever, because him and all of these other male feminists are all about listen and believe. And in my opinion, the best way to show them how blatantly stupid that mindset is to let them be on the receiving end for once. Oh, it's easy to say you should listen and believe when it's someone else being accused and you're trying to virtue signal how awesome you are to all the women around you. But then when the tables turn and you are in the crosshairs, suddenly it's not so fun anymore, is it? Kinda like with censorship. There's a whole bunch of people out there that don't seem to care that something they don't like is being censored or even support it. Then all of a sudden they scream bloody murder when they are in the crosshairs. Who would have guessed that if you let the front lines fall, you may become the next front lines? What a concept, huh? It would be like if the US was being invaded from, say, the East Coast, and then those of us who are further inland or on the West Coast were saying, I don't care about New York anyway, just let them fall. You know how that would end up. So for these male feminists, I got no sympathy for them. I say let them reap what they've sown, even if they are innocent. But even though that is my personal view of these scumbags, I still have to stay consistent to my beliefs and come out and say, don't listen and believe until you actually see some evidence. There's a reason we have due process. The mindset behind our system here in the West is that it would be a lot better to let 10 guilty guys go free than to punish a single innocent. What the other side wants is the exact opposite. They think it would be a whole lot better to punish 10 innocents than to let one guilty guy go free. What type of society would you like to live under? Just ask yourself that. So even though I'm personally enjoying these guys get what's coming to them, if it comes out that there's no evidence for the accusations being leveled against them, I will still defend them. While constantly pointing and laughing at him and ribbing him a bit, saying how you get what you deserve for supporting this all along. I'm definitely going to be doing that, but I'm still going to defend him. If we're lucky, some of the holdouts are going to see what's happening and bail before it's too late. And then back on the topic of NeoGAF itself, if you've been following me on Twitter, you'd know my biggest fear as soon as this whole thing came out was that if nothing else, NeoGAF serves to contain this cancer. And my biggest fear was, now that NeoGAF has fallen, the cancer was going to spread elsewhere. Some of them were even talking of moving to GameFAQs, which was kind of funny because as soon as GameFAQs found out about that, there was threads and comments popping up left and right saying, no, please don't come here. We don't want you here. As Mr. Metokur pointed out in the stream he did, which I'll be linking below and I highly recommend you watch, nobody else on the internet likes these people. Not even those who apparently share their own political views. They are that bad. So the thought of this cancer no longer being contained and spreading throughout the rest of the internet was kind of worrying me. But luckily for me, most of them seem to have settled on a new forum called Reset Era. So I just wanted to put that out there so you guys are aware. Reset Era is basically the new NeoGAF, and for now at least, all the cancer is going there instead of spreading to other, more awesome sites. And for what it's worth, I'm looking forward to seeing this whole thing play out again sometime in the future. All of these people who are abandoning the NeoGAF creator because he was accused of something without any evidence. Again, so far as of the recording of this video. If actual evidence has come out, please feel free to link it in the comment section. All these people abandoned him at a mere accusation. So I'd be lying if I said I wasn't gonna laugh if I saw the same thing happen to them further down the road. If you backstab someone and abandon them because of a mere accusation, you have no right to whine when the same thing happens to you later. You can't sit there and cry about everyone abandoning you and how you did nothing wrong when you did the same thing to somebody else. Again, I'm still gonna defend these people if there's no evidence, but you better believe I'll be rubbing salt in their eyes the entire time. That's all I gotta say, guys. Thanks for listening.